I'm standing about 8 feet away from the car, so this is the way it presents itself. And it's definitely a beautiful car, nice luster the paint has, and it's smooth to the touch. I've already kind of ran my hand across it. What I'm going to do now is I run a video here, and we're going to get the paint measurements, and I'll point out some of the, really minor cosmetic flaws. From about 2 feet away, I don't see any of it, but when I zoom in, you'll be able to tell. But let's start off with the hood here. This electromagnetic paint meter reads in the thousandths of an inch, so that's 4 thousandths of an inch, 4.5, 4, and 4.5. When we get a specific reading of 19.7, that's an indication of body filler, so we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. Okay, 6, 7, and 7.5. As far as some of the blemishes that I've seen, we got some minor chips here. I'm standing about less than a foot away here, and it's really hard to see. It was nicely touched up. Sometimes people do some touch-up work, and they don't do a very good job of it. Here are the trim, just a little bit off there, but I'm being hypercritical on this car because of how nice it is. The chrome on the bumper looks pretty clean. I don't see any dents so far, so it looks pretty good. The grill's in good shape. I lightly tap it, and I don't hear any rattles here. Again, you can see where the bright work here is slightly off here. Here on the right fender, looks pretty good. Let's get some hood panel readings on this side here. 4.5, 4.5. So we're getting great readings here on the cowl, 14. And I don't remember if I got them on the other side, but I'll check. Windshield, I checked that for delamination. I check it for chips or cracks, nothing obvious. Looks pretty clean. And while I'm here, I take a look at the dash. I don't know if it'll come out on the video or not, but I'll run it anyways. And then here on the pillar, the bright work here looks nice. Sometimes I see that all kind of getting dinged up at times. Here are just some minor little dings here on the upper windshield area, but it's really, you really have to look closely. And here's this top view of the convertible top. And I always pay attention here how the window seals against the rubber here, and it looks pretty tight. Same here as well. So I don't see any gaps. So that's good. Glass here looks pretty good. Let's go back here and get some fender readings. Okay. Left fender, 5.5, 5, 6, 5, and 5.5. So those are great readings. Here I'm looking at the left front wheel. I always like to get a shot of the wheel well. And by doing this, what I'm doing is I'm capturing several different views. So let's say if I walk through, or I'm looking underneath and I'll see something, then I might pick up something here on the video. So there's 3 different options that I do, and hopefully I pick up something. While I'm down here, I look up from the bottom of the panel, I work my way up. I'm looking for waviness, I'm looking for dings or dents, and the panels look pretty straight. Let's see here. And I've got pictures of the tire sizes there, so I'll be sure to make note of that here. Also took photos of all the door panel gaps that I'll be looking at that later when I'm in front of the computer. Okay, glass here looks pretty good. Again, the seal looks nice, and the chrome is the finish is pretty good as well. Mirror in great shape as well. Okay, looking at the way the door closes here, it's I like to open it, and I like to check to see if there's any play, to see if it drops it and it doesn't, and then I'd like to see how solid it closes. So you could use an adjustment there. Panel is slightly kicked out here and down here. So let me do it a little harder this time. So it's kind of catching a little bit, so I don't want to be too rough on it. All right, so you can see here where the panel alignment is not flush with the quarter panel. All right, moving on here. Oh, let's get the readings. I think I got an 8, 5.5, 6.5, 7. Okay, good readings. Quarter panel, left rear, 7. Okay, let me try that again. Come on, okay, 7.5. And I'm not getting no readings over here. So 19.7, so probably some body filler all in this area here. That's why I'm not getting those readings. There we go. So it looks like there's body filler back here on the left quarter. Okay, Yep. And 7. Okay, moving on. Left rear wheel well area. Okay, capturing that. All right. And then let's get that side panel view. We'll work our way from the top side down, and I just kind of move the lens around a little bit too, so looks pretty straightforward. And again, you can see here where the bottom of the door, that panel is kicked out. All right, on back here, chrome looks like it's in decent shape. Just some light scratches here. I didn't even see that earlier, so that's why I like making 2 or 3 passes on the car, because sometimes if I don't see the slightest blemish, I may show up second time around. Okay, let's get the trunk panel readings. 6.5, rear panel 20. Do that again. Some body filler in that area. 6.5. Okay, when we get the body like high readings like that, what I'm looking for now is quality of workmanship. I can just see just the slightest little blemish there. I don't know if the camera will pick up on it or not, but that's what I start checking for as well. Rear window looks like it's in great shape. Looks like it's got some indentation there, but then again, I'll have to ask the seller if that goes away once it's exposed to the sun and kind of works its way out. Another view of the top while I'm here. And let's do the side panel reading. Okay, quarter panel readings here. 6.5, 3.5, 3.5. Okay. Let's see here. 19.7. So, okay, we're getting some high readings there. Before I move on to the door, let me get the right rear wheel well area. Okay. Then looking at the door here, just slightly off. I think the left side was a little bit more pronounced. Okay. Just notice a small ding right there. I mean, it's really hard to see. You got to catch it at the right angle, and then with the lines reflecting off of that. The casual observer wouldn't even be able to pick up on that. We've got a 5.5 reading there. We got a 7. Do that again. 5, 5, and 8. Looks good. Chrome here on this side is good. Here on the handle looks good. Here on the window, I don't see any scratches or delamination. So that's in great shape. Wing window, good. Outside mirror, nice and secure. Okay. Little chip there. And here, it's really difficult to see. There's a light, the lightest little scratch that goes right around here. And I don't even think the camera's gonna pick up on it. But so it starts right here, works its way up here and there. So I'll try a couple different angles, see if it comes out. But as you can see, again, I don't think the casual observer would even pick up on it. 5, 4, and 4.5. Right front wheel well area. Okay. All right. And again, one final view here of the exterior before I move on to the engine bay. All right, so I'm going to be starting up the engine for the first time, so you're going to experience the first thing that I will. Unfortunately, the engine it's already warm to the touch, so it looks like he had it parked in the garage and then moving it just got a little warmed up. So I'm not going to get an absolute cold start, but we will get something. So I'm going to go ahead and walk over. We'll crank it up, see how she does, and then we're going to walk over to the engine bay. it fired up nicely. I still need to check the video to see if there's any smoke that came out. Let me walk in. Throw my tools away. Let's take a quick look at the gauges, see where we're at. RPM is just above 500 here. Volts just below the 14. Water temperature is around 125, so you know we already know that it's been ran already. Here, oil pressure just floating around, what's that, 35 or so, somewhere around there. Out mileage is 26, 21, and fuel is around half a tank. Walking over to the engine bay area. I don't hear any abnormal noises, anything from the bottom or top end. I like taking a look at the pulleys. They all look pretty straight, and I didn't hear any belt noise or squealing. Having to remove the brake fluid reservoir, it's at an angle, and so I'm always leery as far as opening that up and it's filling. The interior is pretty clean, or the engine bay is pretty clean, and I don't want brake fluid to get on that paint finish. I've already got the body plate there. Also, I taken some still photos of the carburetor, and let's just take a quick look at the spill there. What I'm checking for here is any blow-by or any smoke. Looks pretty good. Didn't see any issues there. Again, I checked the fluid, and belts and hoses are real nice. Let's see if I can still open this here. And what I like to check for is any bubbling. So I just don't like the color of this. I don't know what kind of fluid he's used, or there's an additive in there, but it's got that copper. It has like a copper additive in there. So I'll see if he knows about that. Got the, I have to be careful with my fingers here, but I won't go any closer, but I've got the stamp numbers there as well. Nice shot of the intake here. Firewall looks nice and clean. And here's another shot of the carburetor here at this angle here. Right? I don't hear any misfire at all. When I revved it up a couple times without issue, I didn't hear no excessive noises coming from the engine area, nor from the backside exhaust. Again, here's a view from this, looking at the fluid. You don't see any wobbliness there, so it looks pretty straightforward, and everything's engaged. Okay. Then just do one final look here before I shut off the video. And what I'll do is I'm going to let it run for about a couple minutes here. That way I can heat soak the suspension, so when we go on the road test, if there's anything that's kind of weak or about to give, hopefully we can pick it up then, you know, either clunks or squeaks or rattles or whatever. All right, I'm moving on. So we've been road testing here for about 2 or 3 miles already. I'm gonna stay quiet here as he's going through the gear so you can hear it. But the shifting is seamless. Acceleration is great. We've already drove the hands off the steering wheel. There was in drove straight. There was no shimming coming at the higher speeds either. When he applied the brakes, no shimming was felt. Here's a shot of the gauges. And then we've gone through the transmission a couple times where we manually shifted. Again, it's seamless shifting from low into drive. Acceleration is good. I don't hear any squeaks or rattles. Will had mentioned that he had replaced, and I think he told you as well, he's replaced the shocks and the springs. So the ride is actually really nice. So let's get a drive back another couple of miles. If something comes up, I'll be sure to mention it. If not, I'll just shut down the video here.